Hi, I'm Liz, and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for Flosstube episode 32. Hi friends, Pajama Liz is back. After this week, Pajama Liz is back. I was not sure if I was even going to film a video this week because I didn't get as much, I didn't get very much done last week. You know, it was a stressful week and I had people in and out of the house, luckily because I had water and electric. And so, yeah, I'm here. Just fully in, you know, quarantine gear. So, hi. I guess for those of you who don't know, I am in Texas, in Austin. Well, Cedar Park, right outside of Austin, and Snowpocalypse 2021 decided to arrive last Sunday. So after I filmed my video, well, we had already gotten ice on Thursday and Friday, and then Sunday night it snowed 6 inches, which is, I think, the most since the 60s. And we had the lowest temps since the 60s. And it was pretty Sunday night and Monday morning. It was so pretty. And then power started going off. Well, it started on Sunday, but yeah, just people's power just started going off. Some of it was rolling blackouts. Some of it was just because tree limbs were breaking things. And somehow, magically, luckily, I never lost my power here. I never even was part of the rolling blackouts, which I have no idea why. I felt kind of guilty about it actually, but I was just happy I had everything. I never lost water. My pipes didn't freeze, so that I could help out my family because all of my family's houses lost one or both. And it was stressful because like cell towers would go down too when the electricity would go off. So it was like hard to get in contact with my parents, but luckily they were just having the rolling blackouts. So they would be 3 hours on, 3 hours off. And then it came down to like an hour on, hour off. But you know, we made it through. We made it through the wilderness. No, I'm not. Stop singing Madonna. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, I'm fine. My whole family's fine. We're all good. My parents and one of my sisters are still under a boil water notice, which sucks. And my parents' house still doesn't even have running water. They had a water main in their neighborhood break, so that hasn't been repaired yet. So even if they had water, it would be boil water. So anyways, they've been coming up here to get water and take showers and hang out. But today I just walked outside. It's 11 a.m. on Sunday the something. I don't know. February 21st. Sunday the 21st. And it's 60 degrees outside. And it feels amazing. Amazing. A 60 degree day is not uncommon in February in Texas. But a 7-degree day is very uncommon, which is how we all fell apart down here in Texas because nobody's homes are built for this. Apparently our electricity grid is not built for this. Yeah, so anyways, let's move on to stitching, shall we? Okay, so the first thing I wanted to mention, stitching related, is that one super nice viewer, I'm forgetting your name, but I'll put your comment up, pointed out after last week's video, hey, have you seen Traditional Stitches has a Blackbird Designs exclusive? And I said, no. And I ran over to Traditional Stitches website and was like, yes, I'll put it up on the screen in case any of you haven't seen it this week. They've done a Flosstube episode about it. And if you're part of the Blackbird fans on Facebook group, Patricia posted about it in there with a link and stuff. So it's beautiful. And I pre-ordered with the fabric, with the threads as fast as I could. And I think I'm in the round 1 of shipping, so I should get it maybe late March, or that's when it'll ship. I don't know. I'm not in a hurry. I've got plenty to stitch, but I am very excited about it. So, and then several others of you have reached out to me about it. And y'all were like, I hope we can enable you. And you did. But yeah, anyways, I saw it. I love it. I've ordered it. So, if you like it, I'll put the link up on the screen or I'll put the picture on the screen. I'll put the link down below in the description box. And, yeah, I think they're probably on to round 3 or 4 in terms of the fabric and floss. If you order those together, it might take a little while longer to ship, but definitely pre-order the pattern if you want it. What else? This is probably going to be not one of my best videos. Bumble Stitches bag along. Okay, so I totally forgot to mention this last week. If you watch Nicola from Bumble Stitches, she had talked about last week in her Flosstube video that she and I were going to do a little bag along, a make along, and to kind of coincide with both of us releasing project bag tutorials. So how am I going to organize this? Let me collect my thoughts. Okay, they're collected. So I posted my how I make a project bag, just a basic vanilla, layer fabrics this way, sew them this way, do this. And she yesterday released a video of how she makes patchwork panels to make into project bags. And the videos were made for each other because you could easily apply her patchwork tutorial and make it into a bag in the style of the tutorial that I posted. And I did that yesterday. And look what I made. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. I love this bag. She has a very, very cool technique for making the fronts of these bags rather than just sewing each individual square together. So I highly recommend you check out her patchwork tutorial if you want to see how to assemble, you know, or how to make a bag like this. So I used a mini charm pack from Urban Chicks. I think the fabric line is called Cheeky. It's probably from several years ago. I just had it laying around in my stash. And I did her layout, which is 5 by 7, which uses 35 squares. And then the top row uses 7, which that totals to 42 squares. And there are 42 squares in a mini charm pack, guys. It's perfect. So I'm obsessed. On the back, I didn't have any of yardage of this, so I just used a matching pink polka dot. And then I used one of these chunky zippers I got on Amazon. I'll link them down below if you're interested in these. They come in a pack with several colors, and I thought the blue and yellow matched so well. And then I just lined it with this kind of corally peachy color that I had. And then I've already put a project in it. Let's see what's in here. Oh, this is one I want to get back to sometime soon. Berry Days at Thistledown Farms by Brenda Gervais. It's so pretty. So yes, I love, love, love my little quilted patchwork project bag. So big thank you to Nicola for posting this tutorial because it's super, super handy. It just makes so much sense when you see it and you're like, ah, okay, that's way easier than sewing 35 squares together, which is honestly what had prevented me from making a bag this style because I was like, I can do it, but it's kind of annoying to sew all those little squares together and try and keep your points aligned. But go watch Nicola's video. So anyways, I'll link that below. And then the other thing that we're going to do with bags is that we were DMing on Instagram, we were chatting, and we had both recently watched Lori Holt's Flosstube. I think it's number 6 now, because she just released a new one with Christy of Crosshatch Quilts. But the one before that, she had mentioned that Christy had made her a project bag using her tomato quilt block pattern, and it is so cute. And so Nicola and I were talking about that, and we both have Lori Holt books, and we were like, let's make ourselves some Lori Holt, Christy inspired quilted project bags. So that's our next project. I have the Farm Girl Vintage 2, I think it's the second one, on its way to me because it has this cherry block, and I'll put a picture up on the screen. And so I think I'm going to make my bag using the cherry block. And then I'll make it in this style, you know, the padded, like the quilted friend will go on here, and then accent fabric. So I've got to pick all my fabrics out and decide what I'm going to make, but hopefully over the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to show you a finished Lori Holt and Christie style project bag that I'm very excited about. And I can't remember what Nicola said she was going to make. She liked the tomato and then the beehive, and then I think she said she had changed her mind. So I'm sure she'll share with us in her video what she's going to make. But if any of you guys want to join along, and it doesn't have to be a Lori Holt quilt block, but if you have those books and you want to use them, or if you want to just make, you know, your own quilted design, and put together a project bag with us, please join us. I'm gonna have to ask Nicola if I don't think we've thought of a hashtag, maybe just project bag along. I'll have to look on Instagram and see if that's taken. I don't know. I'll get back to you on a hashtag. But yeah, that's it. That's the project bag update. Y'all need to go watch Nicola's video. It's brilliant. And then I'll link my bag tutorial below, and then you can use that to put together this. And it's brilliant. So thank you, Nicola. Okay, so this week I decided to bring a previous finish to share with you all. I posted this on Instagram yesterday or the day before, and wow, it got a lot of likes. And it is definitely my favorite cross stitch finish. And I think a lot of you like it as well. And there's a new stitch along starting soon that I thought I would point out for this piece, and it is When Flowers Blossom by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. How beautiful is this? I love this. Just absolutely love this piece. So I heard about the stitch along from the Contented Stitcher, Kim Goldman, and I think it's hosted by her and Annie B's Folk Art. And I'll put the hashtag, the Instagram hashtag, and the links to Annie B's and the Contented Stitcher in the description box if you want to go check out their stitch along. And I am so excited they're doing it because I can't wait to see more in progress of these show up in my feed. I haven't seen that many people stitch this piece, and I just absolutely love it. It's my favorite one I've completed and fully finished so far. I finished this, I think, in February of last year, about a year ago. I finished this, and this and one other piece are the first pieces I ever got professionally framed. And I adore the framing. The frame itself, the liner, everything. The glass is amazing. It's this museum glass, which in the ring light, you can see that green glow. But other than that, it's so perfectly clear and I love it. The only, it's so nitpicky. The only thing I don't love about the framing job she did is that she did lace it. And I feel like it could have been pulled tighter. I feel like I still see some very light creases in the fabric. I don't know if it's going to come across on camera. I don't know. Y'all are probably like, it looks fine. What are you talking about? And it does. It's beautiful. But I wanted it pulled a tiny bit tighter. I did press this one before I brought it to them, but you know, in handling it, you know, I'm sure it gets folded around and moved around. So I just wish it had been pulled, like stretched a tiny bit tighter to kind of ease those wrinkles out. But anyways, it's beautiful. No one but me cares about the very faint, you know, fold line in the fabric. So this is When Flowers Blossom by Brenda Gervais, and I love it. And I just wanted to point out there's a stitch along in case any of you want to stitch it. Okay, so let's talk about the stitching that I did this week. I only worked really on 2 projects, and then I grabbed a third one late last night and put a few strands of floss into it, so I will show it to you. But really, I worked on 2 things this week. I was able to stitch every day, but some of those days were like 30 minutes to an hour, you know, a few strands of floss. Because, you know, I had people coming and going and was trying to, you know, help everyone out. And it was just stressful. I just didn't feel like stitching as much as I normally do until it got to like Friday night and I was able to like relax. So I stitched a bunch this weekend, but yeah. Let me show you. First up, I did work on my Mirabilia. If you remember last week, this is Florentina, by the way, Mirabilia Florentina. And I shared with you all last week that I had messed up. And I wasn't happy about it. Somebody commented that it sounded like I was probably, you know, saying some curse words under my breath. Yeah, probably so. Or just out loud, because I don't have small children in my house. And I can corrupt the cats. But I decided, well, let me show it to you, and then maybe you can guess and see what I did. Here's where she's at. I made a lot of progress, I feel like, on this week, because I did a lot of stitching on this on Friday night. I decided to fudge it. I think that's going to make about 85% of you happy and 15% of you at me. I get it. I was all set to rip this out. Basically, as a reminder, this oval, of which I had stitched just these top 3 berries. So I had an oval of this purple done, and I started that oval 1 row down from where it was supposed to be. And so what I ended up deciding to do was I came over here and stitched over here. You can see I started some of the green and turquoise colors of the pedestal that she sits on. And I worked my way down, and I did everything as charted all the way down here and worked up and to see where those cherries would kind of meet. And I decided it looked fine. And so everything from, you know, about here to here is all stitched correctly. And I feel like, and everything else on the chart so far is stitched correctly. So I feel like it just flows and it works. And if for some reason later on, as I have more stitched, I feel like it's not working, then I can still go back and pick out, you know, this top circle and stitch it up correctly where it's supposed to be. But I don't think I'm going to need to do that. I think it looks good. So let me show you where I'm at on the pattern. You know, on her knees, and I started just the edge of that pedestal that she's resting on. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Mirabilia Florentina. Okay, so the next thing I worked on this week that got some love, this was kind of my coffee table project that I worked on when I was in the living room this week, was Winter Rose Manor. And yeah, I'm still chugging away on the big pink house. And that's pretty much what I worked on. Here's where I'm at. I filled in more of the pink house, added some more windows, and I extended that bottom border across so I could make sure my house was lined up correctly. And it was, but you know, was not, you know what was not lined up correctly? 3 windows. So I had not made that middle row of windows long enough, and there's 16 stitches long, and I had made them 15, and since the windows are all symmetrical, they had come out not as bad as a mistake on the Mirabilia in terms of ripping out, but that was annoying. So I had to do a little bit of ripping, a little bit of frogging on this piece this week, but I'm back on track and just filling in that big pink house, and need to start working on the border and stuff over here. But yeah, I would say I'm 2/3 done, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm making pretty good progress. I'm in no rush on this one. It's just fun to stitch on. It's beautiful. Kim from Barbara's Daughter, she finished hers. I saw on Instagram, and it's beautiful. And she had such a brilliant idea, which was to remove all of the snowflakes, and then on the bottom it's a big white band of snow with green trees, and she removed that white band and just did the green trees, and then she called it just Rose Manor. So it's not wintry, and I thought that was brilliant, and it looks beautiful. So if you haven't seen her finish, go check it out. Hopefully she'll do a video in a few weeks and we'll get to see it on video. But yeah, there's my Winter Rose Manor. Okay, so last night I was like, let me grab something else that that I want to stitch on this week and just give it a little bit of love. And also so I can have another project to show you guys, because I was like, this is going to be a boring video. So I went and grabbed from my stash of whips, Stacy Nash Primitives Tribute to Summer Sampler. And I absolutely love this one. I feel like it looks better in person rather than this cover. The cover's a little washed out color-wise. I am using the called for cocoa, but I'm using a 40 count rather than the called for 30 count. And I'm using the called for flosses. And here's where it's at. And what drew me to it was just those big white flowers. I'm almost positive that in one of Brenda and Laura, the Serial Starters, first Flosstube videos, they showed this. I think one of them has stitched it or had started it, and I saw these big white flowers and just absolutely loved it. And yeah, so I just added some more leaves and a flower last night, but I really want to work on this week. So that's what I got out. It's beautiful. I'm using the 40 count cocoa and all of the called for colors. Yep, all the called for. I also just realized I didn't really talk about what I was using on my other projects, and I'm sure many of you know this by now, but if you don't, in my description box below the video, I always include pattern name, fabric name, and floss colors just in the description box. So if you're trying to figure out what I'm using or what I'm doing, it should be there for you just in the description box. So if I ever don't mention it in the video, just check there. Because sometimes, I don't know, I forget and I'm like, oh, am I repeating myself? Have I said this? But I haven't. So anyways, this is Tribute to Summer, and I am ready for summer. I know it's not even spring, but bring on summer. Bring it on. Okay, and then I also did manage to fit in a little bit of quilting this week. Mostly on Sunday last week, I sat in the sewing room and did some quilting, and I made one block, only one, for my Americana quilt, but I'll show it to you. It's this little 6-inch block, and it is actually from the Fat Quarter Shop's Sewcialites series. It's a free stitch along that they're hosting right now, and I used, I can't remember what the block number is, but I'll put it up on the screen for you. And yeah, so those Sewcialite blocks are available in 3, 6, and 9-inch sizes. And I think I have settled on a layout for my Americana sampler, which means I'm gonna need 30 of the 6-inch blocks. And I think this is my 10th one that I've done. So I was like, I'm gonna use those, some of those Sewcialite blocks that I like because they come in a 6-inch size. So this is the first one I made, and I love it. It looks kind of like a little Union Jack, but just in the red and white. And yeah, so just need to keep working on that because I mean, I was like saying, I think like, oh, this quilt can just take me all year, it's fine, but I kind of want to get it done by summer. I shouldn't set that goal because I might not hit it, but I'm going to keep plugging away and try to make a few more blocks every week, and then maybe we'll get it done. I did work on my I Heart You quilt this week too, and I totally probably would have finished piecing the whole top, except I'm out of 2 of my fabrics. So I think I mentioned this in the last video. So previously, one second. Previously, I had shown you that I had the first 2 blocks together, and look how cute. I cannot help but smile when I see these. They're so cute. And so basically what I did was got everything cut out and realized that at some point I must have put these solids, it's watermelon and azalea, I must have put them in my stash rather than with the box of fabrics for this, because I don't have any more of these solids. I had cut out enough to make, I think, 6 blocks, and for some reason I don't know where I put them. So I had to reorder, and with the ice storm, we haven't had mail in over a week. So I haven't gotten them. And so I wasn't able to finish the quilt top this week, but I made the other, you know, blocks that I was able to make with the remaining solids that I have. And I made like all of these pieces. I got all that sewed together, so all I have to assemble are these center pieces whenever I get those fabrics in the mail. And then I'll be able to finish up this quilt top, and I'll have this super cute I Heart You. I love it. Yeah. So I did manage to do some sewing this week, which was great. And oh yeah, and the bag. I showed you the bag at the start of the video. I also made that last night. I had a lot of time this weekend. I was finally able to like relax. So yeah, I got a good bit. I don't know why I'm so hard on myself. I'm like, oh, I didn't get anything done, but I did some things. Yeah, so that's quilting. I have no haul to share with you this week because, like I just mentioned, no mail. I have 3 packages from Etsy that are just, I don't know, somewhere, maybe at my local post office, and just haven't been able to be delivered. And I have a fat quarter shop order that I'm sure they're working hard to get out the door. And then I have a fabric.com order for those solids. So I have a feeling next week or the week after, this haul portion is going to explode. So get ready for that. But no haul this week, except for, you know, bottled water and gas station candy to keep us sustained and happy. That was my haul this week. But let's do a giveaway. That'll be the last segment. I'll do a giveaway. Last week, I had offered up for Valentine's Day a $50 Etsy gift card. And I just had you use the word love. I did not mean to make it a game where you all said the things you love about me. But what a fun game. Thank you all so much for all your lovely, lovely, lovely comments. I really appreciated it. It was very fun to go through and read the comments this week. I do apologize that I was not able to respond or favorite every single comment because I haven't even looked at the final count, but it's like 800 something comments at this point. And yes, you guys are amazing. And I am starting to get stressed out that I can't keep up with the comments. Please don't be offended if I can't respond to your comment. If it is ever something like you have a really urgent question about, send me an email. That'll be the easiest, or a DM if you follow me on Instagram. But yes, I did try to go through and answer all the questions, and I so appreciate all of your nice comments. So let me use the random comment picker and pick a winner, and I'll be right back. Okay, there were 600 entries in this contest. That is by far the most I've ever had. So 600 entries, start. So exciting. The winner is Lori Mages. Mages? Magus? M-A-G-E-S. I'll put it up on the screen. Lori! Lori said, I love your videos. Thank you, Lori. Thanks for watching. And congratulations. If you send me an email, I will get your Etsy gift card right over to you. So yay. Thank you. Oh, and then one other thing, Diane Cubido. I did not hear from you last week about your Easter Bunny row that you won. So, you won last week. And if you still want your prize, the Easter Bunny, please email me and let me know, and I can get that shipped out to you. If I don't hear from you in this next week before my next video, I'll pick a new winner for that Easter Bunny chart. So, thank you. Okay, so I think that's all I've got this week. Thank you all so much for coming back and hanging out with me today and, you know, listening to me lightly gripe about our weather adventure. Also, thank you to all of you who left comments about how you were still watching at the end when I was just full on rambling and not wanting to go deal with my Mirabilia or deal with the weather or deal with, I don't know. It's just fun to sit here and talk. So yeah, I appreciate you all. I think today my brother and my dad are going to come over to take showers, and I think my brother really wants to play some poker, like sit around the table and play some poker. So I think we're going to do that this afternoon. Hang out, have a fun little afternoon of snacks and chit chat, and yeah, we'll see what next week brings. Hopefully sunshine. I think it's supposed to be in the 60s. Thank you. And yeah, we'll see what I have to share with you guys next week. So until then, happy stitching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.